There's something special about a hub area. It's a place where you can rest your weary bones and regroup after a hard day of demon slaying and dungeon crawling. For no games does this ring more true than for the Souls games, where the hubs offer music, a respite from enemies, and a safe harbor where one can interact with other characters. In this video, I'll rank the hub areas in the Souls games from worst to best, highlighting what I value in a hub area. I will begin with the positives and move on to the negatives. Since there are 4 Souls games, there will be 4 ranked games, including Demon Souls and Dark Souls 1 to 3. As always, this is a subjective ranking, so please let me know in the comments which of the hub areas you prefer and why. So, get ready. Here are the hub areas in the Souls games, ranked for your pleasure. First up at number 4 is the Firelink Shrine in Dark Souls 3. The Firelink Shrine is perhaps the darkest of the shrines in any Souls game. The music is somber, it is partially placed underground, and it has a distinct catacomb or tomb-like feel to it. I personally find the large thrones to be the coolest part, where remains of the game's major bosses appear once you have defeated them. However, the shrine is so dark and depressing that, to me, it kind of takes away from the shrine as a place of comfort and refuge. The shrine is so closed off in terms of space and lighting that there are neither any great sights to behold nor any particularly standout rooms other than the main one. I'm not a particular fan of any of the characters in the shrine either, except for some of the characters that appear and then disappear for story reasons. What's worse, in my opinion, is that the shrine is completely closed off from the rest of the world, only accessible through the bonfire. This makes the game feel disjointed and ruins some of the immersion. Next up at number 3 is the Firelink Shrine from Dark Souls 1. Now, I know a lot of people will disagree with me on this one, but hear me out, because this was really hard to choose. The Firelink Shrine in Dark Souls is excellent. The moment you set foot there, you're filled with a sense of wonder and adventure, which I don't think can be said in the same way for every hub area on this list. Firelink Shrine is colorful, set among the ruins of what appears to be an old temple. From the shrine, you're able to look ahead at the route to various locations in the game, some which you will experience right away, and some which will demand hours to arrive at. The music is beautiful, and in contrast to Dark Souls 3, it really gives me that sense of, it's okay my guy, sit down by the fire for a moment and relax. You've earned it. What's more is that the Firelink Shrine is perfectly connected to most of the rest of the game. You can literally make your way to most of the game directly from the shrine without ever encountering loading screens or other barriers. This makes the world feel connected and handcrafted, and this lends so much immersion to the whole experience. In truth, I don't really have much negative to say about the Firelink Shrine, other than that I perhaps would have enjoyed more characters to interact with, or that it held more secrets. But again, those are more like wishes than negatives. For the second best hub area in the Souls games, we have Dark Souls 2's Majula. I've chosen Majula over the other Dark Souls shrines because I think Majula offers something really special. Feeling when you arrive there is just so uniquely eerie, as if time stands still, but with no way to fix it. I think the music does a lot of the legwork in bringing about that feeling. It's a place quite different from all the other shrines. The sun sits forever low on the sky, not yet fully gone, but never gives way to a new day either. The cliffs of Drang Lake are met with the never-ending march of long, tired waves, like a purgatory with no beginning nor end. It cements the idea that Drang Lake is a land where everything converges, but where meaning, passion, history, and future is lost. This theme is reflected in all the characters passing through here. All have they forgotten where they came from, yet all attempt to go on with their meaningless lives.
I was born in a land to the west, Volgan, famous for its merchants. There were great, bustling cities. But for me, they were suffocating. And so I set out, in search of stones in faraway lands. But for the life of me, I can't remember how I ended up here.
I am Soldan. And like you, I lost everything. And now I'm here. You probably heard that it was possible to break the curse here. Well, that's not true at all. There's nothing here for you, me, or anybody.
I came from the west, from Volgan. Have you been there? It's a lively place, vibrant with trade. Very competitive, of course. And you have to grease the wheels to get anywhere. But I didn't have the funding for that, so I left home in hopes of striking gold. It's been years since then, and I've made very little headway. I don't even know why I'm still here. Everything's all run down and dying. It's terrible for business, really.
It is depressing and heavy, but in my opinion, a deep and special kind of beautiful. Like in Dark Souls 1, Majula is connected to more or less every other area in the game. You can run directly from Majula to nearby locations, which will take you to all the other places further away. And even more than in Dark Souls 1, Majula offers an even better view of the larger world. The world in Dark Souls 2 might not be as physically coherent as the one in Dark Souls 1, but that doesn't really matter to me. Being able to see many of the other main locations in the distance is powerful, and makes Majula even more mysterious and creatively beautiful. Majula is host to my favorite firekeeper as well, the Emerald Herald. The first time you meet her, she stands at the edge of a cliff, staring at the castle in the distance where the old king is believed to remain. She's virtually alone there, spending an eternity in the same location, awaiting the bearer of the curse who will one day end her suffering. Seek the king, that is the only way, she says, lest this land swallow you whole, as it has so many others. More than any other firekeeper in the series' history, she is the most poetically written, and her gentle yet stern voice perfectly lends itself to a character which is at the same time your only real friend in the world, but also the reason why you have come to this cursed land. Just listen to her opening speech, words which are emblematic of her character and role in the game.
Are you the next monarch? Or merely a pawn of fate? Bearer of the curse, I will remain by your side till this frail hope shatters. Take this with you. May it ease your journey. Go on and see the king. He who made Drangleic what it once was. He who peered at the essence of the soul. King Vendrick. Bearer of the curse, seek misery. For misery will lead you to greater, stronger souls. You will never meet the king with a soul so frail and pallid. Seek those whose names are unutterable. The four endowed with immense souls. Their souls will serve as beacons. Once you have found them, return here to me, so that hope will not fade away. Bearer of the curse, seek souls, larger, more powerful souls. Seek the king. That is the only way. Lest this land swallow you whole, as it has so many others.
I also think she's the most interactive and important of the Firekeepers, which for story reasons I won't go into here, but which makes Majula more special to return to every time, as she is your only means of leveling up. If I had to say something bad about Majula, it must be that the world does not naturally loop back to it as it does to the Firelink Shrine in Dark Souls 1. Majula is only connected to the other areas one way, meaning that there are no shortcuts back to Majula, so you're basically going to use the fast travel mechanic all the time, just like you're forced to do in Dark Souls 3. Finally, the rank of best hub area in a Souls game goes, perhaps somewhat surprisingly, to the Nexus in Demon Souls. I honestly did not care that much for the Nexus in the original Demon Souls, but in the remake, the Nexus both looks and feels unique like never before. The Nexus is essentially a massive temple and prison to the old one, a massively destructive creature locked miles and miles below the Nexus itself. Nexus offers both grand halls of columns and dimly lit chandeliers, and the unique architecture reminds me of a mix of Eastern and Western cultures from our own history. The reorchestrated music is something that especially hit me this time around, mixing old with new and giving the Nexus the vibe of a dark cathedral, both holy and unholy at the same time. At the center of the Nexus lie the Archstones, in essence teleportation stones from where you can travel to the game's main areas. As such, the Nexus is cut off from the rest of the world. Now this might seem like something I criticized in Dark Souls 3, and in some ways it is. The reason why I think Demon's Souls is different, however, is that the Archstones are specifically made for each area. Their design and stature just screams mysticism and old magic, and in my opinion fit perfectly into the world and grounds it in a way that the bonfire in Firelink Shrine never really does in the same way. Furthermore, I like that the Nexus is host to a relatively large set of characters at all times, and that the more you play, the more populated it will be, while at the same time being dynamic with certain characters coming and going. What's unique about the Nexus is its sheer size. At the bottom, you'll find the Archstones and other characters, along with the Candle Maiden, your link to the Nexus.
I keep the candles lit and serve the brave demon slayers who are trapped here.
Long flights of stairs will take you to the dimly lit halls, and even higher up, you'll enter the story where you'll find the Monumental, an ancient, child-looking monk seemingly possessing great powers, surrounded by the dead of his kind.
The power that you now enjoy contradicts the essence of the soul, for it stems from demon magic.
At the very top is a mausoleum to achievements for the best players of Demon's Souls, and I think that's a nice touch to an already excellent hub area. In the end, I think it's the whole Nexus vibe that does it for me. The updated visuals don't hurt either. So there you have it. This was a really hard list to make, as I'm sure you will agree if you've ever played these games. Now that we've ranked them all, which hub area do you prefer? I'm almost certain many of you will disagree with me, so let me know which ones you prefer the most and why. If you enjoyed this video, then please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you next time. Cheers.